All right. So when I do personal sessions for clients, I like to sort of open myself up to the divine, and I love to call the universe my divine beloved. I started doing that when I read the book by Tasha Silver, and I'm trying to think what her book was called. It's Not Your Money. Interesting that I thought of that just now, because it's not. It's God's. It's source. It's just energy. It is a way for the earth to fuel us and take care of us. So I'm just going to open up with tapping my cortices. Said that already. You can join me if you want, or just receive this way. It's all good. And I'm going to just recite her prayer. As divine beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, knowing that you are the unlimited source of all that is. Let me be an easy, open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all of my own needs are always being met in the most divine ways. And it is safe for me to give freely as my heart guides me to. And equally, allow me to feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, my own beauty, my worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. And may I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Transform me into one who can fully love, forgive, and accept myself, so that I can carry your light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I am utterly your own. You are me. I am you. All is one. And so it is. All right, it's 6:03. We've got 4 people here. Maybe we can get started. So I had put forth some aches and pains that people were feeling, or what was going on for everybody this week. And most of you replied with headaches and this feeling of bombardment and this being tired. Even I've been tired. My daughter and I have been clearing each other constantly all week and looking for new ways of clearing, because it feels like we're under some sort of psychic attack. It's just so heavy. And the negative thoughts can come and bombard us when we're tired. We've been going to bed at 8 o'clock every night. That is unheard of. I've never done that in my entire life. I'm up until 1 in the morning, and I get up at 6 in the morning, and I've been fine. And that's how I run my whole life. And it's like, nope, it's not even dark out. And we're all going, time for bed? Can we go to bed now? So allow yourself to rest and just receive and recharge as you need to. And it's not even spring fever yet, because the snow is just melted. But yeah, there is some interesting energy on the planet right now. I haven't got an explanation for it, but this is what I want to create the momentum to keep going. Somebody just texted me here. Okay. All right. One of the things that I was finding really interesting last week is that although clients were coming in with aches and pains and sciatica and sacrum pain or upset stomachs, everything kept coming back to the original cause of being money. Everybody's feeling really, really insecure these days. We don't know which way the government's going. We don't know if the war is going to take over the whole world. We just don't know. We never did. But now, because it's in our face and the media is there, and we're just pretty much suffering from post-traumatic stress from the last 2 years. So put your hand on your heart, your hand on your belly, and allow yourself to receive. You don't need to look at me. You can have your eyes closed if you want. If your body does go into such a deep, restful state of theta waves or something and you fall asleep, don't be upset. You'll get the recording. Your conscious mind can catch up, but your unconscious mind is still always receiving. So just take a couple of big, deep breaths. And it's really, really great that you're joining me here, because it's really difficult to just talk to yourself on camera. And I know most of the people who sign up for this are getting it in the recordings, but it's nice to have some actual energetic beings here with me right now. And I'm really excited to dig in. Hey, Laurie. So, Laurie, we just did our cortices, and I opened up with the Divine Beloved prayer from Tasha Silver, and I was just commenting that everybody who's come in this week is coming in with aches and pains, physical aches and pains, sore eyes, seeing floaters, all kinds of headaches and things like that. But when I ask the body what the cause is, it's always coming down to this insecure feeling around money. So we'll see how this energy of money comes through, but we never have a money problem. We always have a receiving problem. So we're going to see if we can open ourselves up to receiving. Even with me, I was walking yesterday. We had to take my mother every year. We have to take her to the police station, and they have to authorize that she's alive, and they've seen her because she gets $400 Austrian pension every year. And so since the snow melted, I took her through, and I couldn't walk from my car to the police station. I suddenly had sciatic pain that was ripping through my hip and down my leg, and it was like, is it even mine? Or did I pick it up from the parking spot? And I often do. I cannot park in wheelchair parking. I will pick up the aches and pains that have been left behind. So we did park in wheelchair parking because it was right beside the police station door, and it was easy to wheel her in the wheelchair. But it was like I could barely make it into the building. I thought standing there would kill me. And it was crazy because I'm trying to clear and hold a conversation with them at the same time. And they're asking her how old she is. And it was interesting. Got her back into the car. And I thought, I've got to clear this. So let's go to Bradford greenhouses, because maybe they have the plants growing and then the seeds out, and we can put our fingers in dirt and sort of release that. And I was walking through Bradford greenhouses without any pain. And it's so fascinating, because if my head had decided I suddenly had sciatica and I was trying to clear sciatica, I would have been holding on to the problem and making it worse. As it was, I just went, this is a really weird energy. I asked, is it mine? And the body went, no, not really. So I asked, well, could I let it go? And it said, no, not really. And then I had to ask, did it have anything to do with safety or control or wanting approval? Like, I could think of no conscious, sane reason why I would pick up that kind of throbbing pain. And it was so fascinating, because one of the things my daughter and I have been clearing is, instead of just saying, is this mine now, we actually ask, who does this belong to? But not so that my mind starts looking at different people. It's just about going, who does this belong to? Because I've noticed it doesn't belong to me. And then I ask, is it someone else, or is it something else? And quite often it's a something else. Okay, so whether it's the solar flares or something, I don't need to know specifically what it is. The body's just going, oh, okay, it isn't you after all. So, and it sort of sits there and goes, what are we going to do with this now? And so we ask, is it synthetic or is it authentic? So it gives me two answers. I don't need to know what those two answers really mean. I just ask, because when we ask questions, they're empowering, and energy starts to untangle and shift. Another question is, does it belong to the planet? And the body will give you a yes or a no. And if it does, it's great. Can I give it back? No? Oh, how very interesting. Does it belong off planet? Is what I've been getting lately. And it's like, now my mind could really dive in and create a story around that, but I don't want story. I just want the energy to let go. So then I ask, can I expand it into the solar system? Can I make it bigger? Because when we make it bigger, we're not making it heavier. If I try to condense it and examine it and figure it out, it gets heavy. But if I expand the molecules out, they start to separate. They start to spread out, and they don't have the power anymore, and they just dissipate and turn into something else. So I've been sort of sending things. I ask if I can send to the planet, and I ask if we can clear it. Now, today walking, we asked differently. It was like I could send it to the planet, but the planet wanted me to clear it for the planet. So we just gave it permission. And the pain was gone that fast. In fact, it shocked me how quickly that pain was gone. So we tend to still assume, because we're kind of solid beings, that everything is in us right now, and that's what we need to focus on. And the opposite is true. Okay, the opposite is true. Let's just see if we could start expanding the energy out, expanding the molecules out, asking for the atoms and the quarks and pixels, whatever is inside of the atoms and the nucleus and everything that the scientists have labeled, to just sort of let that go and let that expand. Now, one of the other questions I want you to start asking yourself, and I'll have to listen to the recording and type this out for you guys, but it's, if I wasn't feeling this, and I don't like to call it pain because pain means pay attention inwards now, but if I wasn't feeling this, what awareness would I be having instead? And just breathe into that. And you may not hear the answer in words, but you may feel the energy in whatever part of the body right now is creating its noise, to just start letting go of its clutches. And body, if you weren't feeling this, what awareness would you be having right now? So remember, you are not your body, you have a body. And you can ask those two questions as often as you want. Just keep asking and asking and asking and letting it shift, letting it shift, letting it shift. And planet, if you weren't feeling this right now, what awareness would I be having? Doesn't it get really quiet? Laura, you don't have to write these down right now. Just relax, get out of your head, hand on heart, hand on belly, and just see what the quiet answers are that may or may not come to you right now. The energy has been really, really funky the past couple of weeks. Last week we called it heavy. And thank you for everybody who sent me comments saying how much that clearing was doing for you. And some of you had repeated it over and over throughout the week to keep clearing things. What if energy is always a contribution to you? Okay, just like the lights turn on. I can ask people, is the energy in the light bulb a good light or a bad light? And some people say, well, it's not fluorescent, but is it incandescent? And is it this? And they start giving me the stories that they've read or heard. And it's like, it's just energy. Is it good or bad? Well, it's giving me light right now, so it's good. If it was giving me heat right now, it's still cold up, it would be good. But if it was 80 or 90 degrees in this house and that heat or light was giving me heat, I would say it was bad. And I would have to get a fan instead of light and sit in the dark. But allow yourself to realize that all energy, including pain, is some sort of a contribution. Now, quite often, if you've had an injury and sprained your ankle or broken your leg or twisted your knee or whatever, it's saying, I need rest. I need you to put me up and I need you to just chill so that you don't damage me more. That's a great message. Thank you, body. Love that. Sometimes it's, I'm really, really tired. And I always ask when I'm feeling tired or do you ever get it? I do. My eyes just want to close. I'd like to walk around like this all the time without my eyes open, just dealing with people seeing things, because I see things very differently with my eyes closed than when they're open. But it's like, is that tired even mine? And quite often it's not, because we feel the energy of people around us. And I don't have to know which house that energy is coming from. It's just something in the collective, something in the energy field that my body is trying to process. So I can give it time to process. You can ask if you're tired, do I need to eat some lunch? Do I need to have some dinner? Would you like to have some water? Do you need a cup of coffee? Would a Coca-Cola benefit you? Whatever you want to ask, your body will give you yeses and nos. Here's Mary peeking in and peeking out. She was one of the ones who said headaches too. And directly, I want to ask you, did you have your lunch? Did you drink your water? Or are you running and working on clients all day? You're on mute. I can't hear you. Ask to unmute. There's a blue button there.
Yeah. I drink water sometimes. I usually make sure I have lunch.
Good.
And the dogs make me go outside. Okay. And I'm being attacked now.
And when you work on your clients, you ask your body, is it even yours? Do you ask if you picked up their heavy energy and it doesn't fit you, so it's causing you pain?
No, it's always mine.
Start asking, just ask questions. Hey, Maddie, I realize that you've got a headache right now. We just worked on so-and-so. Is it theirs? And if the body goes, yes, you gently give it back to them. And it doesn't have to cause them pain. If you give it back with consciousness and love attached, it allows that to dismantle it because you've already worked on their body with the osteopathy or the massage or whatever it is you're doing. So allow yourself to ask, is what I'm feeling right now mine? Because it may not be. And that, I think, is the biggest gift we can give ourselves for any pain. We assume it's ours because we feel it in our body, and then we try to get rid of it and we work on it. And it just becomes even more solid. It suddenly becomes the whole problem, and that's all we see because it's right there in front of our eyes. Instead of stepping back and going, okay, it's an energy form. It's a very condensed energy. It's very heavy, but could I let it go? Maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. Doesn't matter. It's just a question. Would I let it go? Yeah, maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I don't let 10% go. Maybe I'd let 50% go. All good answers. And sometimes it's a big no. You're stuck with it. Fine. Why would I want to be stuck with it? What awareness am I getting from this? And maybe it is. You need to get out of your clinic and go breathe the fresh air or stand in the sunshine. Let the sun shine down on you. It's all about getting clarity because we are just energy. Cool, huh? All right, what else can we do? So what contribution could this energy be to me? And can we, since we're all nuclear reactors, what if we can take that energy and transmute it into something that is really beneficial for us? Like, why are we not doing that? Why are we assuming that energy is heavy and bad and it should be over here? And we spend all our energy pushing it off to the side or trying to get away from it. And what if we can just take that energy and use it like air? Okay, we have air that has perfumes in it. We have air that has smoke in it. We still breathe the air. We take from it what we require. We can walk in the forest and we're getting all the oxygen from the trees, but I'm walking on city streets and I'm taking some of the exhaust and some of this and some of that, but I'm still breathing. So what contribution is the energy to you? And an interesting one that Laura threw at me the other day, because she says I don't have enough fun, but she doesn't understand how much fun I have working on bodies. That's my idea of fun. She said, how can you have fun with all of this to your local advantage? And I went, my what? And she said, local advantage. And I said, what does that mean? And she went, I don't know. What did I mean? So now we had a new question to ask. When the pain is there, is it local? Is it mine? Or is it at a distance? Is it something we're feeling from far away? Again, we don't have to know what that is. We just get to go, oh, it's at a distance. So I don't need to do anything with it. I just have my spidey senses wide open and I'm picking that up. So it's kind of interesting, the questions that we're asking this year that we didn't have. I think I've taught you all. What an interesting point of view that I have that point of view. But if it feels right for you, use it. Go ahead, use it. I give you permission. There's no copyrights on any of this. What else is there? Oh, yeah, if all else fails, we'll do some clearings like last week where we were looking at entities, demonics, creatures, aliens, tricksters, slithery things. What else has come up this week? Parasites, doings, gods, angels. Seraphim surprised me because I always think of the seraphim angels as being the dragons, and I used to call in the dragons. So I had to clear on that. Light beings, archons came up last week. And just different symbiotic frequencies. We don't know what all the frequencies are. We don't know what the satellite dishes are sending to us. We don't know. We haven't got a clue, but we can feel it. Doesn't make it bad. It just means it's not at the frequency that I am comfortable with. And we don't have to dim our light and make ourselves more solid to get comfortable with it. We just have to go, could we let that go? It's like batting at flies, you know, clearing off dust bunnies. What else was there? Hand on heart, hand on belly, just go within. Allow yourself to feel clear. Yes, I started out by saying all the clients that I've been seeing for the last week were triggered by money. And by triggered, I mean they would have these volatile reactions and they would pick fights with their spouses and they would pick fights with their employers and they would get mad at somebody and then they go, but I had no reason to do that. So again, sometimes that energy is another energy landing on us and sort of using us as a vehicle to go through. So always keep your hand on your heart, your hand on your belly. Try to walk around with that, wait at a bus with that, sit at a red light in your car at that, sit on the toilet like that. Allow yourself to stay in your alpha theta wave state, that nice calm state. Because even for many of you right now, you're in beta waves, the thinking and the listening state. That's why I want your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly so that you can start dropping into your body and just going into, trance is the wrong word, but a more relaxed state. And the reason I bring up money is because, somebody came in with allergies and I thought it was going to be that she didn't have enough money, but no, she had too much money and couldn't deal with it. So it was causing rashes and allergies all over her bodies. Somebody else had stiff neck. Somebody else was fatigued. One of my clients won $11 million, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and she got stuck. She thought, why did I win this? What am I supposed to do with it? Who am I supposed to help? And she has been frozen. She quit her job because her husband and her wanted to quit her job, and then she has not been able to deal with it. So she has too much money. So the session had to be on clearing that and the belief system she has behind people who have money, which were shutting her down. And the rest of us are thinking, wow, I'd like to have that problem. I'd like to see what it'd be like to have that much money. So what awareness would that much money bring you? What would you be able to do? Interesting question, isn't it? Because we're so stuck in my parents didn't have enough money. They had to work hard for their money. This is the belief systems that are out there. Or I have to be sick so that I can get disability, or I have to be fired so that I could get EI. We have some funny loops and mechanisms that we get into. So money is very triggering. So I think money may weave into today's session, but allow yourself to, again, you sent me a list of what was bothering you. Notice the list, but again, we're going to look at what would our life be right, not running away from this, or if we didn't have this, just what would be right about our life if we were living the life we love. All right. So I'm going to teach you, I think, 2 tools. We've got time, I know, for 2 tools. And if I can, I'll give you more tools. One of them is simply about reframing and getting your mind to look for different things. And it's powerful. It really is powerful when we start watching what our head is saying, because 80% of what our head tells us is old stories playing on an old tape recording, okay? And they're old stories from our childhood or that we picked up in our teenage years. They're not even our real beliefs. They're just sort of there droning in the background. And I want to be able to shift those for you. Just occurred to me, threw myself off, that as human beings, we get used to being triggered and we start saying something like, oh, that's just who I am. That's just what I always react that way. And it's like, we don't have to accept that. We don't have to be in that place. It's like, notice it and ask you and your body, can we shift that? Can we just let that go? Because that's not where we want to live. We don't want to live in a triggered place all the time. We don't want to live in pain all the time. It's just not comfortable. So it's really, really important to get out of that hamster wheel of incessant tape recordings, or thinking Alice in Wonderland for some reason down the rabbit hole. Okay, we can really spin down that and get stuck in there. So 2 ways to look at a limiting belief so that you can take a trigger and notice it and neutralize it is to just make a list throughout the week, this week, of all the things that are triggering you, everything you get pissed off, all your pet peeves. And actually, I was doing that because I'm going to do a whole bunch of TikToks on pet peeves. You're going to do it because you want to neutralize your pet peeves so that they're no longer your pet peeves. So they no longer get a reaction out of you. So they no longer get you upset about anything. You don't want to be uncomfortable. So I want you to think of these old programs or installations or stories we got as kids like machinery. Okay? They're not a part of you and your organism at all. They're machines. They're like old record players, and they just play the same record over and over and over again. I go on repeat and play them over. So they're machinery. And they have old concepts and old ideas in them, okay? And instead of saying, that's just me, I'm a triggered person, you're going to just go, let me think, can I grab it? There's that thing that's running around in our head. And you're just going to say, isn't that interesting? And you're going to get quiet. Because when you say, isn't that interesting? And then pause, your mind is going to go through all its old filing cabinets looking for what could possibly be interesting about that. And it won't find anything. So your mind is going to be silent, which is going to take you off of the trigger track. You'll be at a different train station. Can we do that? Just say right now, isn't that interesting? And breathe. Because when your mind becomes the observer, you let go of the emotional attachment. It suddenly just becomes something that's interesting, not something that needles you and jabs you and stabs you all the time. Isn't that interesting? What else is possible? Is that my thought? What an interesting point of view. And where's my next thought coming from? And will the thought after that have a color or a shape? Somebody unmute yourselves and tell me what just happened with your brain. What did you notice? Kathy, what happened? What did you notice?
I think I felt anxiety.
You felt something that you're naming anxiety. Okay.
Yeah.
What if it wasn't anxiety? What if it was just suddenly energy that released and started moving? What if it wasn't anxiety? Can we take the label off of it and say, I felt energy moving? Was it jumping? Did it come out of your chest? Did it come out of your stomach? Where was it?
My stomach.
Cool. Isn't that interesting? And I wonder what that energy could be giving you an awareness of. The head doesn't have to answer. Cool. Thank you. Anybody else want to comment?
I was just trying to remember it so that I could remember it next time when to do it.
All right, I will send you the recording. You get to hear it again. You don't need to remember anything. So you wanted to remember the feelings or you wanted to remember the procedure?
The procedure.
I will send you it again. Don't worry about remembering it. That's so cute. All right. And where's your next thought coming from? All right. So what happens if you're doing something you're really, really proud of and you're very excited to show it to somebody, and then that person says to you, oh, you made a mistake? How do you feel? Kind of contracted? Does your head start going with, ooh, what did I do wrong? Or what other questions come up? Because the head can really dive into this right now. Or what's wrong with me would be another one. Why do I think this way? Our head will try to find a solution. There's not even a problem. Somebody gave you a point of view, their point of view. And what you could say is, oh, what an interesting point of view. And then ask them, how would you like me to do this differently? Or what is it you think I did wrong? Instead of me trying to figure out with my head on the hamster wheel of all the things that could have gone wrong. Ask them, what do you mean? Don't take it personally. Don't take their energy and put it on you, because that sweater won't fit. That's their energy. Ask them, what mistake did I make? What do you mean? And you may find they backpedal or they change. Well, it's not really a mistake. It's like, you've now opened a window into how their mind works, instead of taking that opinion and pasting it on you like a label. It's not your label. You felt good about it. Your energy was high about it. You were proud to show it. And when you're feeling good, you're in your soul's essence. It's okay it didn't match up with their soul's essence. It's just like when I went into doing Reiki full time, and my father-in-law said, you can't do that full time. Your family's going to starve. Thank you. Interesting point of view. Thank God the energy in my heart and soul was so big that I didn't shut down and get a real job. I would never have made money getting a real job, or the satisfaction I have from this job. It's not even a job. I would do it for free if I didn't have to pay for rent and hydro, because this is what my soul wants to do. This is just me. I'm very boring. I don't have any other interests or any other hobbies except doing this, because it's so much life force for me, so much light, so much joy, so much love that I get to give. If I'd had to do what he did, I'm sure I would have died of cancer a long time ago. Thank you for that interesting point of view, Grandpa. It really does not compute. So when somebody says we do something wrong, that's nice. That reminds me of a joke. I wasn't going to say this. I don't remember jokes well. And I remember this one. It was three ladies sitting down in the southern states somewhere drinking their mint juleps. And one woman was talking about, oh, this is what, I don't know, Travis gave me for my wedding present. Isn't it beautiful? And it's a big honking diamond of some sort. She gives the whole story about how they went somewhere and on their anniversary and blah, 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 and he gave her a diamond. And then the other girl goes into, oh yeah, mine's in the driveway there, that limousine. Yeah, that's what he gave me as a wedding present. And the third girl just looks at them and she doesn't say anything. She's quiet. So the two of them look at her and say, well, what did Jeffrey give you as your wedding anniversary present? And she looks at them and he says, he sent me to finishing school so I wouldn't say, you fucking bimbos, what's wrong with you? Okay, I'm not supposed to swear. Who told me I'm not supposed to swear? I just love, that's the only joke I can ever remember. Anyways, so their model of the world is showing off everything about themselves. And she had to learn to keep her mouth shut because she found it trivial and unimportant. She was probably an empath, who knows? And it was just like, yeah, you don't have to make other people's important statements important for you if it's not. If it doesn't make your soul sing, notice that that's what makes their soul sing. Limousines and diamond rings don't do it for me either. Couldn't care less. No interest. I wish I had an interest, but I don't. All right. So any fears and doubts that you have that come up when somebody else's opinion is different than yours, body, could you let it go? You're getting a view of their model of the world. It doesn't have to match yours. And you don't have to dim your light to fit in with their perception. So we have a lot of these old machineries in our head. I call them programs usually, but I like the term machinery because then we detach from it and we don't make it personal. So I don't want you to take it personally. And I also want you to think of something else. There is a multi-billion dollar, maybe multi-zillion dollar, don't even know what the word is, businesses, many of them, whose entire job is to make you feel insecure, make you feel that you're not enough, make you feel that you're not pretty enough, that you need to paint your face, that you need to get your boobs lifted and get your bum done to, and you wear pantyhose and shave your legs. And it's like, why? Do what you want. If you want to shave your legs because it makes you feel pretty, do it. But don't do it because some company says you have to. Their entire fortune is being made on degrading you, on making you feel insecure, on making you doubt yourself, on making you think there's something wrong with you. They're spending an awful lot of money convincing you that there's something wrong with you. So that must mean there's nothing wrong with you, because otherwise they wouldn't have to try and convince you. Any ahas out there? They're trying to convince you that you're sick. They're trying to convince you that you should eat sugar, but if you eat sugar, you're going to get sick. They're constantly bombarding us with nonsensical information. All you have to do is ask your heart, your body, your gut, hey, body, would you like to eat this? And if it says no, you don't eat it. There is a multi-million-dollar industry out there to eat chocolate, and they tell us chocolate is benign. But chocolate isn't benign. It's loaded with sugar and carnauba wax, which we wax our cars with. Why would I eat carnauba wax? Under any other condition, I wouldn't do that. But it's on M&Ms and it's on Smarties and it's on, what are those little mini egg things that are now in the stores? So I can't go to stores because they call me, Jessie, come and eat me. And it's like, I don't even like you. You don't taste like chocolate. I know exactly what aisle they're in. I call those hauntings. It's like, I used to think, what is the store broadcasting this stuff? But no, it's even more subliminal than that. Those chocolate bars and everything are energy. They want to live through you. You got cravings? They're not your cravings. Whatever you're craving is craving you. How's that for an interesting point of view? Poor Mary, she just fell off her chair and her head fell off. And this multi-billion-dollar industry is attached to another multi-billion-dollar industry that wants you to feel really insecure about money, really unsafe in this world. So how do we deal with cravings? You ask, is it my craving? Is this actually my craving? And your body may go backwards and say no. If it says yes, you ask again, truth, is this really mine? And sometimes just doing that will stop it. But it'll call again. It's like dust bunnies trying to find a home. And you use the question, could I let it go? Would I let it go? Because could I and would I is very different. Those are my 3 magic questions. I have more groups of magic questions. You get some more today. They came up this weekend. But it's like, yeah, when we ask a question and it's an empowering question, it moves energy. It allows us to shift. It allows us to become and expand and just become more of who we are. When we ask a question like, why do I think this? Why is a question for the head, and it puts you right on a roller coaster hamster wheel. Never ask why. Never ask why for anything. If you ask why, you go cancel, cancel, cancel. Put your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly and breathe. Just get centered in your body. Okay. So those machineries, those implants, those programs have been put there to control you. It doesn't make you a victim. It makes you an empath who can pick up all of these thoughts and feelings. And it's up to you to start clearing them, so you know what's authentically yours and what isn't. All right. So if anybody just got triggered with, oh, I'm afraid I can't do that, or what else? What was coming up for you guys? How do I do that? But Jessie, I'm not you. Hey, I didn't get it like that either. I'm 67 years old. I've been practicing this for 25 years. We grow into it. We all have different circumstances. We all have different histories too. Okay, so our triggers are all very different. But when you notice that you're being triggered by something, whether it's somebody's bad words towards you or somebody else's intent of some sort that just doesn't fit, just notice it. We don't have to get limited by it. Just notice what they've said, what they've done, what they've implied. Notice how your body is reacting, and then ask your body if she can clear it. Don't make it difficult. 3 questions. Is it mine? Could I let it go? Would I let it go? And even if your body says no, she's talking to you. She's not giving you pain. She's actually communicating. And that's what we want. We want this symbiotic freedom to really know what's going on in us instead of suppressing it and repressing it and thinking we're wrong and that everybody else wouldn't get it. Whatever it is about you, bring it forward. See who gets it and who doesn't. Some people's eyes will roll back and they'll put up the sign of the cross and walk backwards from you. Most people go, oh, I thought I was the only one. Nobody's the only one. Nobody is normal. Okay, we're all trying to fit into somebody's opinion of normal, and I haven't figured out who that somebody is because nothing about the way they try to program us is normal. So when you notice a trigger, what you've noticed is this program or piece of machinery, but it's not who you are. It's not who you are. So you don't need to fix you. You just notice that, oh, there's a program running. Okay. And then you can say, hey, body, it's something we're going to clear, aren't we? Would you like to clear this body? It's one way to get neutral. Now, an easier way like that, that's a lot of head talking there, but it works. Okay. And you can have these conversations in your head while you're sitting on a bus or waiting for a bus or working on a client. You can be talking to yourself because I'm sure if it's all coming up in your mind when you're doing massage or any kind of work with people, you're bringing it up from their body too. You're just hearing it in your head. Cool, huh? Because so many of you said, I want to open my intuition. Your intuition is big. It's about tuning in and listening and going, oh, that's my intuition telling me that. I don't have to have sore backs and sore hips and sore pelvis and sore this and sore that. That's also your intuition talking to you, but you weren't listening. So she started making it real physical. Okay. This other way is 100% my favorite way. Okay. So we're going to do this. And actually, it sounds like I was just bashing your mind and your ego and the hamster wheel in your head. That wasn't my intention. Okay. It's just that it's the small brain compared to the two larger brains that really work for you. And this brain here is amazing. It is able to grow. It is able to adapt. It is able to learn lots of new things, but it is just a photo album or a tape recording, a record of what's been going on in this lifetime. You are so much more than that. Hold on, I got some weird thing hanging in my screen here. So is anybody wearing glasses? Can we take off our glasses? And I want you to cover your left eye and I want you to look up towards the ceiling. And just breathe. Now take it down. Now I want you to think of something that pissed you off, somebody who is irritating you all the time, somebody who made you really, really mad and really upset you and really frightened you. I want you to get really into this emotion. Or I'm just going to say, you made a mistake, you did that wrong. And see how you feel. Put your hand on your left eye and roll your eyes up towards the ceiling and breathe. Now I want you to think about that person you're mad at. And did you notice you can't get mad looking up? Did the emotional attachment disappear? Just nod your heads if that's true for you. Kathy Garland says, thank you. Yes. All right. What is this on my screen here? All right, ladies, look ahead. Think of that person that you were upset about again. Yeah, thank you, Angela. So when you cover your left eye, you actually cover the emotional center. How does this work in the brain? Because the brains are opposite. I got to think about this for a second. I get so confused. If you want to be more logical about something, you cover the left eye, it takes out the emotion, and now you can see things in a more linear pattern without the attachment to all the frustration that was there. If you cover the right eye, you get off the hamster wheel that was going around and around and around and around looking for a problem. So, but it's about looking up. Because when we look up, we step out of problem. When we look down, and we look down when we read books, we look down when we're looking at the laptop, we look down when we're handling anything. This is when we get into our emotions and we get stuck and trapped there. So to step out of an emotion, you cover your left eye and you look up. Now, when I originally learned this, it was called the heliculau. It is a Hawaiian technique to get into learning state and expand up into the universe. And they use it in martial arts as well. So you sort of look up straight between your eyebrows here, pick a spot on the wall, and then you can open up your peripheral vision. And it's really cool. You can practice this every day. Now let's just see how far we can get here, because I used to be able to do it so that I would know sitting in a theater exactly what the person who sat behind me was. And it had nothing to do with becoming a mom and getting eyes in the back of my head. So that technique can work instantly. Laurie, I think you can remember that one, can't you? You don't even have to write it down. So it's pretty cool, eh? We have such powerful emotions that throw cortisol into our hormonal systems, our blood, our endorphins and everything, that sometimes that hamster wheel just takes us away. It carries us away, and there's where we're there, help, help, get me off the roller coaster. Cover your left eye and look up. Actually, this summer, I'm going to go to Wonderland. I'm going to try it on a roller coaster and see if I don't scream for a change, because I love roller coasters. When you cover the left eye, you close down that emotional center. So you don't feel the shame, the blame, the fear, whatever was going on for you. So you can do this dozens of times a day. All right. And it takes care of it that quickly. It also works when somebody is in shock. Okay. When somebody has fallen and broken an arm or hit their head or something, just get them to cover their eye and look up. And then the body is out of shock and can start repairing itself very, very quickly. Or if you are upset about something and you can't think clearly, okay, or just before an exam, or after an exam, okay, a lot of people after exams and tests and big situations like that go out and do behaviors that wouldn't normally be them, and it sort of derails them. So just, yeah, always cover the left eye, looking up, and breathe. That was easy. How much time have we got? Okay, good, good, good. What else can I teach you here today? Think of something else that was frustrating you. Angela, I know you had an incident with the internet. See how frustrated you can get with that. When I go into it, I can monochrome my thing there. So I don't know what it is that's happening with your phone or your computer. But let's see if we can just let it not bother us. Why wouldn't you want colors? Colors are beautiful. They're happy. You get to react however you want to react. But let's see if we can just diffuse it a little bit so it doesn't frustrate you. Or what else was really frustrating you? And this was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was bugging you. It's all good. It's all good. What else is there? I did the making mistake. I have like 20 pages of notes. I always plan too much. I could do a whole day workshop on all this stuff. All right. Our brain actually, like they talk about our vision crisscrossing over the different hemispheres, but your brain will automatically crisscross every 90 minutes. Did you know that? That's really cool. Or if you have one sinus that is plugged up, oh, I've forgotten this now. One sinus that's plugged up, it shows you which side, the opposite side of the brain is the one that you're using. So you plug up the one that you're not using to open them both up. I prefer to just get peppermint essential oil and breathe that in, and they both open and we feel much more enhanced. But yeah, your brain every 90 minutes switches to the other hemisphere. So if you're ever in a situation where you can't cover your left eye, like, oh, I remember when I was signing the contract to buy the house, I went through what I would call anxiety. My whole body was trembling and I was sweating and I was just like, it was such a big decision that, yeah, I automatically just did this. And it's funny because most of us will think this way or think this way, but we just have to go a little further, do it like that. And it's all kind of automatic. It's like, who taught us that we weren't allowed to emote and use our body to clear up stuff? It's fascinating. All right. So anytime you're triggered, all you have to do is go in the eye that you want to activate. So
Jessie,
yes.
what was it you said about this again? Remember?
Oh,
Because you
you're-
just did it as well, and it made me think.
The nutty professor thing, what you're doing is stimulating both hemispheres of the brain. It's like holding your hand behind the head here. You're just building a bridge from one side to the other. You've got 16,000 pain receptors in this area, and they're all connected to the spine. So when you do this, you're actually going through your spine looking for blown fuses and turning things on again so that you're working at 100% capacity. Yawning will do that for you as well. Okay. Some people get annoyed when you yawn in public, but hey, let them be annoyed. Tell them to put their hand over their left eye. Okay. I'm not getting silly, but the whole situation that we're in all the time is so silly. Our body gives us so many answers, so many tools, and we've been taught to ignore it. We've been taught and manipulated into being in high stress all the time. There is more anxiety out there now than there ever was before. And a lot of that has to do with iodine deficiency and selenium deficiency and magnesium deficiency. But these are tools that we can use to help the body get back into a regular, to be powerful again. Okay, I want us to be powerful again. And not to take things personally. And I used to think it was, as women, we always took things personally and we were always trying to make everybody happy. But I see it in the men that come in to see me too. We've all been trained exactly the same way. There's Mary yawning and rebooting her central nervous system perfectly. All right, let's just see, what have I covered here on my notes? Okay. Limiting beliefs. Those are all the I can't stories. Every time you say I can't, you're actually hearing an old decision. So I can't either means I don't want to. It's like when somebody says, you want to come to dinner Saturday night? Oh, I can't. I have to do that thing. You want to help me move? No, I can't that weekend. Thank you. It really means I don't want to. Okay. I can't could also mean I don't know how to, which means you can learn how to. I can't is usually a decision we made when we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. So if you say I can't, who's running you? The 6-year-old? Time for that kid to grow up and notice what other possibilities are out there for you. So a way of reframing that, if you're in public at the bank and you can't do this, just say, wouldn't it be nice if I could? How could I? How could I make that possible? Would I even want to try? Somebody was trying to sell me a course and it was $21,000. And I didn't even go into I can't. I just went into, I don't think I want to. Thank you. And instead, my head went into, wouldn't it be nice when that wasn't such a huge amount of money that it totally derailed me? Wouldn't it be nice if it was just a drop in the bucket? Wouldn't it be nice if that amount didn't matter at all? If I didn't have to think about it? It just took that strangled feeling and my whole body just relaxed and went, yeah, it would be nice. Don't know if I'd spend it on that course or not, but it would be nice to have that kind of choice. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I could get the eaves trough and the roof replaced? Wouldn't it be nice if I could get the porch redone? Wouldn't it be nice if my kids would finally move out of the house? Wouldn't it be nice? Is such a nice way of dreaming. There is no possibility for the head to say, you can't. Oh, it's never going to happen. You know that negative chatter that we hear all the time? Wouldn't it be nice if we could diffuse that negative chatter and just let it go? Wouldn't it be nice if we weren't in our heads all the time? Wouldn't it be nice if this became your favorite phrase every day? Wouldn't it be nice? Wasn't there a song? What musical was it? With My Fair Lady or something? I don't know. Wouldn't it be lovely? Or I don't know. Let's start singing it. I'll find the lyrics. We'll post it. We can all sing. But wouldn't
it be nice to be together?
That's
And
too.
that one?
That
Yeah,
wasn't what I was
think
thinking of, but let's
Oh.
put all the songs that we know of that say, wouldn't it be nice? Let me make a note to myself. Songs, question mark. Yeah,
That was the Beach Boys I was singing.
nice, nice. I haven't thought about them in years and years. So there's a couple of things that we can always reframe and I can't or eliminate decision with that empowers us. Okay, and wouldn't be nice is just one of them. I actually did a TikTok on one the other day, but now I can't remember what those statements were. Because every time we take a limiting belief and we neutralize it, we have more energy flowing through us. And believe it or not, we actually start feeling younger. So it hit me the other day that I'm going to stop advertising that I help people heal pain. And I'm just going to say, I help you feel younger as you get older. Does everybody like that? You want to put up your hands and say that's a good one? Or wouldn't it be nice if you could start feeling younger as you got older? And that's exactly what body talk and Reiki and all these different things do. That's exactly what this reframing thing does too. When we're children, we can't wait to get older. And when we're here, don't want to go there. It's like, let's diffuse that. Because I feel younger now than I did in my 30s. Maybe it's because I'm in alignment with what I'm doing, or maybe it's not because my kids are at home. But just allow yourself to be happy. A client came in the other day. She was diagnosed with MS. She's only 32. And she says, I just want to get stinking happy for no reason. And I looked at her and I said, what does that mean? She goes, I remember a time when I was just stupid happy. And people didn't know why, and they didn't understand it, but I was happy. And I said, oh, so you brought yourself down to everybody else's point of view. And actually, all the things we took out of her body was her conforming to this new job that she's in and trying to be something that she's not. And it's all paperwork, whereas she likes to work with the people and change the Latino world and the women's mindset and stuff. And she wasn't doing that anymore. And her husband called today and he said, I don't know what you did with her, but I want a session too. I was like, okay. So yeah, let's allow ourselves to grow younger as we grow older. And let's get rid of these limiting beliefs, these things that we have been told we can't do that make us stuck. Because what if none of that's true? If it was true, it would feel good. It doesn't feel good. So let's stop feeling bad. All right, let me just say, what I used to say was not on my watch. I used to fight those limiting thoughts. Not on my watch. You don't land here like a helicopter on me. But no, it's easier to say, wouldn't it be nice if that didn't exist? Wouldn't it be nice if I felt good all the time? Wouldn't it be nice? All right, what else is there here? Oh, a lot of people fight the present by saying, oh, why is this happening to me? And I get in that once in a while still too. I mean, it's not gone entirely. There are moments when, yeah, it can just come in. When we're feeling that way, it's the brain looking for a solution. There may not be a problem for it to look for a solution for. Your brain will create a problem. It'll try to make something solid and examinable so they can really figure it out. Well, figuring it out never really solved anything. Ask your body if you could let go of trying to figure it out. And could you let go of trying to understand it? It's not necessary. At this moment, whatever is. And what solutions can we get from that? What awareness can we get from that how can we use that energy to do something more powerful with us? Okay, I think I better get into the meditation because I can keep talking forever. And I really want to tell you that I appreciate you coming here on this call with me so I can talk to you guys. Because yeah, I didn't bring a teacup this time. I like to say tea with Jessie, but we didn't do that. All right. Take a couple of big, deep breaths. Allow yourself to feel your breath in your shoulders and your back, your tailbone, your feet. And just imagine a column of light coming down from the heavens into your head, right into the top of your head, filling your head, your neck, your shoulders, and just spilling down your arms into your arms, and let that light come out your fingertips. Take another big deep breath and allow that light to go from white to maybe gold, or just tell me what color you're seeing, and bring that in around your head, around your eyes, down your nostrils, into your throat, down past your shoulders, into your legs, and out through your toes. Just allow yourself to fill yourself with this beautiful light. Just absorb it all. Just feel it filling with this radiating light. And then expand this light out of your pores, out into your auric fields, way out, so that you're surrounded by this bubble of light. And become aware of the base of your spine. And imagine that there is a nice sturdy grounding cord coming down into the center of the earth from the base of your spine, way down, deeper, deeper, right down into where the molten lava apparently is in the earth, or all the gemstone caves of rubies and emeralds and rose quartz. And just allow yourself to anchor to the earth. And imagine the earth's core coming up through your feet, grounding you, but also wrapping this energy there, connecting with you, that's in your space, and gathering up anything that's in your auric fields that doesn't serve you. And just let it shoot up the lava and turn that to smoke and make it disappear. Just clean out your auric fields. Just let that go. And gather up and inhale. And then exhale down that grounding cord to be purified by that molten liquid again at the core of the earth. And do that a couple of times. Just bring all that molten lava up into you and let it burn up whatever it needs to clean up, and then let it go back down. And imagine pure positive energy coming back up from the earth, up through your spine, up through the grounding cord, up to the top of the head, lifting you up as if you were a puppet on a string, making you stand straight, improving your posture, and giving you this full life and vitality. Let it fill all of your senses. Now, resting our attention on the bubble of light around us, allow yourself to imagine that you could stretch it as if it was a nylon bag that you can make bigger and stretchy, and stretch it more, and stretch it in front of you, and stretch it behind you, and stretch it all around you. And notice that it's really made from this fine mesh. It's really made from this fine mesh that only allows positive and supportive energy to come into your space. So it's not a protective shield. It's not hard. It's not like armor, but it's porous. But the only things that can fall through it is positivity, because the negative energy just slides off it like Teflon and goes down to wherever negative energy likes to hang out in the shadows. So now you're totally connected, and you're protected, and you're grounded, and you're expansive. And in this place of expansiveness, I invite you to go inside and just check in with your true self and your higher guidance. And if money was handled, if you had enough money or more than enough money coming into your life, flowing into your life, what would your life look like? If you had enough income coming in from your job or investments or wherever money does come from to cover all of your expenses, what would you do with your time? Who would you love spending your time with? What would you be doing together? And again, if all of your needs were taken care of, where would you live? What would your house be like? Would you be in Canada? Would you be in Cancun? Would you go to Taiwan? Would you go to Bali? Would you be in Florida? Where would you be on this planet? And what would your job be? How would you contribute to the world? What would you enjoy doing with the world? Would you be in business? Would you be doing the same thing? Would it change? Just let your imagination connect with your higher self and be inspired. Let's play. Allow your auric field to reach out and reach out more. Let it touch all the people on the planet. Just allow yourself to activate all the other people on the planet with you. For Mary, you might be activating more clients if you want more clients, or activating people who want to hang out with you and bring you more. Who knows? What would it be like for you? What do you see? What do you feel? How safe would you feel? What charities and projects would you give some money or your attention to? How could you expand your world? Take a big deep breath and breathe it into your body. What kind of support would you have around you? What kind of people would be there for you? Would somebody be, I don't know, would you have a chef cooking for you, or somebody doing your shopping for you? Would you have, if you have a business, more team members maybe in the business? Would you have family living with you? What is your ideal level of support? How can the earth and the universe support you? What would you like them to bring you? Everybody's always trying to manifest up in the universe, but it's the earth that makes things physical. Ask the earth for your support. I don't know, if money wasn't an object, do you have some financial goals that you would like to share with people? Or maybe like having grandkids you want to send to college, or buy a house for your kids, or I don't know, what would you do with all of this money? Would you want to support an elderly parent? Would you give money to friends? Do you have, I don't know, what kind of food would you be eating? Would they be organic home cooked meals, or would you go to 5-star restaurants? What would you be doing? How would you be enjoying your time on this earth? What would you be allowing yourself to experience that you're not experiencing now? Would you buy a farm and grow on all your own organic food or something? Would you travel? Would you travel often? Where would you go? These are questions we don't often entertain ourselves with, because we have those old stories that might say, I can't. Really, why can't I? And what else is possible? How does it get any better than this? Wouldn't it be nice if I could? Wouldn't it be nice? Would you be running a marathon? Would you be, I don't know, training for the Olympics? Would you be doing something physical? Would you be going swimming every day? Would you be going rollerblading every day? Would you be going hang gliding or climb mountains? What would you be doing with your time? And just notice what little voices may have come up to say, oh, you can't do that because you have a bad back, or because you get headaches, or because. Thank you for that interesting machinery. But that's not me. What do you do for fun in your spare time? Do you have spare time? And what other self-care do you have? Would you come for body talk sessions every week? Would you go for a massage every week? Would you, I don't know, travel around the world going to the different salt spas and stuff? What would you be doing? Thank you for daydreaming with me. As you come back from this abundant, expansive exploration of what might be possible for you. I'm going to let you just take some time, if you've got pen and paper there, and write down some of these ideas. I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. And just write down whatever came up for you. Well, I would set the timer for 2 minutes if I could figure out my new phone. That's funny. Anytime you get stuck, write down the I can'ts as well. Write down any of that machinery that comes up to try and derail you. And if you get stuck, put your hand on your left eye and look up. And then start writing again. If any aches or pains or anything come up in your body, roll your shoulders, roll your neck, stretch, burp, fart, hiccup, laugh, cry, whatever. Just write down what you're noticing. I'll tap out the cortices for everybody. Actually, it just went into EFT tapping, so for the next 30 seconds, I'll do that. Let all the energy move through your meridians. And I'll give you another 15 seconds. You can complete this exercise later. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Thank you for doing this inner work with me today. So just to close off, and again, look at that later. I'll send the recording. You can listen to it every day. We've been trying for the last 5 weeks to think of what our future vision might be so that we bring the past and what we've been carrying, changing our energy frequency so that we can match the vision, not staying stuck where we are in problem. And you can go back and flesh out more of these. Okay, you can add more ideas whenever you feel like it. But I said to you that questions are powerful. I like affirmations. I started using affirmations from Louise Hay, 1996, 97, when I was going through my divorce. I love the book from Carol Truman. Excuse me. Whew, shifting. Buried emotions never die. She's very similar to Louise Hay in that she cured her cancer. And she has a beautiful prayer of intention. Maybe I'll bring that to you next week, where you give, I don't have my copy of the book here because I wasn't thinking I was going to talk about it, but she has all the negative feelings that you can possibly feel, and she gives you the positive feelings on the other side to insert into the prayer request that she has. So there are a number of different ways. There's also a new book that's out by a lady named Ina Siegel, and Siegel is Segal. I bought it because the title is what I would have given my book, The Secret Language of Your Body. So she also has a list of different body parts and what the emotions are that can trip up these body parts, because we're storing things in those areas that don't belong there. So cancer, sciatica, all these things. She has her own interpretation of what these are. The same with Ivana, something who did the theta healing. She's all about taking you out of beta state into theta state. And theta is that healing energy that body talk and Reiki and everything brings you into. But the affirmations, a lot of people will say affirmations and not believe them at all. Oh, that would be another workshop, because I like to use them in a physical way so that we know when your neurology has brought them in. But if you make the affirmation a question, then your body can't argue with it, and your neurology will embrace it and look for that in your new future vision. So hand on heart, hand on belly for a moment. When we don't have our health, it's like everything else in our life doesn't matter. But working on our health by ourselves, excuse me, can seem very elusive because we're always working from a problem. It is our thought processes, our beliefs that bring us into this state of being ill, because we're vibration first, it solidifies and becomes body. Yes, there can be toxic chemicals and things that we would have to clear as well, but they are low frequency vibrations. So using any of the energy healing tools, we can raise that frequency into a state that is closer to your higher self so that you start feeling whole and complete. So if you made a list of I can't statements while you were making a list of what your dream life would be like, you can go in and reframe those. So some of them might be, well, I can't go on holidays because I'm not healthy, I'm in pain. What if you reframe that to, wouldn't it be nice if I was very, very healthy and I wasn't in pain anymore? Or, although I said don't use why, this is a little bit of a mind fuck. Ask, why am I so healthy? Why do I take responsibility for my health? Why are other healthy people magically drawn to me? Why do I radiate perfect health and well-being? Why does everything in my body operate perfectly? Why do I eat a healthy, balanced diet? Why do I take such good care of myself? Why is it so easy for me to be my perfect weight? Why do I love to exercise and move and dance? Why do I love eating right? Why am I so emotionally healthy? Why am I so happy and comfortable in my own skin? Why am I at home in my own body? Why does my body treat me so well? Why is my body a gift from God? Why am I so lucky to have the body that I have? Why do I only see beauty when I look in the mirror? Why do I treat my body with love? Why do I attract emotionally healthy people? Why do I accept compliments so easily? Why am I so strong? Why do I have unstoppable stamina? Why do I have so much energy and vitality? Why am I so grateful that I'm so healthy? Why do I enjoy peace of mind and fulfillment every day? Why am I celebrating my health today? Why wouldn't I? Why am I so emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually healthy today? Why am I that every day of my life? Oh, what else could we ask? Why is it so easy for me to shift my emotions into a higher vibration? Why did I lose my taste for mini eggs? Why did I lose my cravings? Why do I take my time to savor the food that I eat? Why do I eat a healthy balance of proteins and carbs and fats? Why do I have fun eating and exercising? Why do healthy foods taste so good to me? Why does my body respond so well when I put healthy food into it? Why does my body love eating well? Why do I love movement or exercise? Why do I look forward to exercising every day, or rollerblading, or swimming, or going horseback riding, or whatever it is that you like to do with it? Why do I look forward to going for a walk in the spring sunshine every day? Why does my body respond so well to healthy exercise? Why do I let people support me in my healthy lifestyle? Why do I treat my body like the magnificent temple that it is? Why do I love my beautiful, healthy body? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, I love you. You have been with me since the day I was conceived for this entire incarnation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why do I think all bodies are miracles? Why is it so fun for me to listen to bodies talk? Why is it that I understand the body so well? Not just me, you do too. Did you just say I can't? So I have to say, wow, how can you? Divine healing intelligence that our body is. Please dissolve all pain, all stress, all tension from the areas that we're feeling it in right now. And please also release all the overwhelm, the despair, the worry, the nervousness. Release it to the earth. And now release it from the earth, this planet, out into the divine matrix to be transmuted and healed. Clear, clear, clear. I welcome joy. I welcome peace. I welcome wellness. And I welcome pleasure. And so it is. When you're ready, allow yourself to stretch, get back into your body. Allow yourself to see if that energy that you were feeling before you came here is gone. Let me know that it is. Thank you. Good stretch, Laurie. I'm feeling very, very, very relaxed right now. So take a minute, write down anything on your list that you might have been triggered when we were doing the empowered affirmations. And then see if you can clear on that too. If you need any help, you know where I am. I'm just a text or a message away. And we'll see you next week. So what did I promise you about next week? I think I said we would be doing some Psych K clearings, maybe. I'll have to listen to the recording. There was something else I promised you for next week. So if you can remember it, tell me, and I'll get this recording done and try and post it for tomorrow morning. Okay, guys?
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.